Right. And now we'll move on to your competition experience. So, yes, you have joined a lot of competition. And one of the most impressive achievement, I believe, would be your ISEF. So you joined ISEF and won first place in 2023 competition. So can you describe more about your experience about it? Like
Yeah. So it was
how did you feel about it?
yeah, so it was actually really surreal just to win ISF, which is
Mhm.
insane because I didn't actually expect to do it since it was only my first year in research and I was completely new and everyone kept on telling me it was impossible because no one had done it from school before except maybe like two people. So it was
Okay.
actually insane that I was able to go and compete and let alone win in a category where people
Oh.
haven't won in maybe I think 6 years from in our county, which
Mhm.
was actually insane to me. And just getting there was such a long process because I never actually thought I was going to make it to ISEP in the beginning. I thought, oh, I'm gonna get cut at school fair. Oh no, I'm gonna get cut at the county fair. Oh no, I'm not
Okay.
gonna make it because of states. And then when I eventually made it, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe that my judges see this passion and they want my project to continue this much. And so I really found that very just touching to my heart, and I really just I'm so glad that I got to experience ISEF because I actually made some of my closest friends while they're competing,
Mm.
and I'm just really glad that I was able to go and meet with people all over the world. I love how ISEF brings together a scientific community, and everyone just loves research there, and everyone's just a nerd, so you can talk to them about your project and they'd actually enjoy it. And I just love just going there. It's such a great
Oh,
environment
okay.
overall.
Are you like the first one from your school to win ISEF?
No, actually,
Oh.
when I won first place, another student from my school also won first place. So,
Oh, okay. All
we-
right.
yeah, us too.
And yes. Hmm.
Um, and then there had only been like two other people who had won first. No, there was had only been I think one other person who had won first place
Oh,
years before us, and then that was it. So
okay.
it
All right.
years
Mm-hmm.
before us, and then us two last year.
All right. Okay. And you're also featured on Junior Addison TV show following ISEF. So, yes, what impact do you believe you have made through this TV show exposure?
Yeah, I really hope that it can help students see how amazing research can be, not only in like this specific country where it was filmed, but worldwide. Because Junior Edison is a Chinese show, so it's made for the Chinese people. But I just really hope that I can help show some of my American culture and show that Americans can also be extremely talented and smart as well. And just show can be like a worldwide phenomenon overall. And I just hope that I can not only encourage Chinese students to get more active in science and just encourage them as well to go and compete in international competitions such as ISEP because I'd love to meet them there.
All right. Sounds very incredible. So, and you also have won first place in Broward Science Fair and also best in fair in Florida State Science Fair. How were your experiences there? Like, can you talk more about it?
Yeah, so for our Broward County Fair, it's actually a long process to be honest. We have to first submit a virtual showcase, and then after that virtual showcase, we then move on to an in person fair. And last year
Mhm.
was actually the first time they had the in person fair. So it was just a great experience to go and talk to everyone in person and see what their projects are before states because it really helped us get to know Broward County before we move on to the state level because the previous year prior, I didn't really know anyone from Broward County when I went to states. So I was kind of just lost at states versus this year I had friends that I knew I could count on while going to state science fair. And state science fair is so fun just because not only do we see high schoolers because ISEF is only high school, but at state
Okay.
science fair also
Oh.
middle schoolers compete. So it was
Oh,
really
okay.
nice to get involved with the middle schoolers as well and help mentor them. And it was just a great experience overall.
All right. And you joined, of course, a lot of many other competitions I could find. And one of the interesting thing I could find was your HOSA research poster, state qualifier, and
Yes.
you made it to third place. Can you describe more about this experience?
Yeah, so I basically just presented my research poster that I was presenting at my state science fair, also at HOSA, and that was just a great experience overall because it was more one-on-one with the judges, so I got to explain my research more in depth to them since it was a one-on-one experience, and that was just great overall, just to see how they understood my topic and saw that light bulb above their heads.
Okay, and so you joined, of course, a lot of competitions and won in a lot of competitions as well. So, what competition stand as the most unique experience, and why is that so?
Well, I mean, I love research, so of course research would be my
Mhm.
number one. But I mean,
Okay.
I talked a lot about ISEF, so like besides research, I really enjoy going to the travel trips that we have. So I
Mhm.
remember one where I went and traveled to Washington D.C. For a
Okay.
Model UN competition, and I won a commendation there, which is basically fourth place in Model UN
Mhm.
terms.
Wow.
And
Okay.
it was just a great opportunity there because I met a lot of friends that I hadn't really before, and I just love Washington D.C. I love the city there and the environment. So it was just great to go
Okay.
and travel and make new friends that I hadn't really before, and just go and experience the city at night because we would go out and tour at night. So that was really exciting. And then another competition that stands out to me is FBLA Nationals. I've made it 2 years in a row now, and I honestly just love the competition because we get to pin trade there. I went to
Mhm.
Atlanta last summer, and then it was in Orlando this year. And Atlanta was so
Okay.
fun just because I love the city. I actually got to tour Emory University, and I actually love Emory University. I hope they accept me for college because it's one of my top choices. So yeah, I loved Atlanta, fell in love with the city, and going to Atlanta was just fun because we got to go to the theme parks.
Okay. All right. So, thank you so much for your insightful answers. And to conclude our interviews, do you have any final words to say to our audience?
Yeah, I just say just to continue what you're doing because in the end you're going to find what you're passionate about, and once you do, just make sure to stick with it because that passion is going to stay with you for the rest of your high school and hopefully your college career. So if you find something that you're passionate about, stick with it and make it work.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today, Emma. And it was an interview with Emma.